What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the 3 Idiots Talking Podcast. Today we are here with another paid album request. Thank you very much to the subscriber who decided to fork out some cash in order to put their album request at the top of the queue. As a reminder, we are doing some paid album requests right now. We will be closing them within a month or so, again, as we try to get some Pink Floyd discography finished, because we have a little bit of time left to record before we have to take about a 2.5-week break from streaming. So if you have a paid album request, now is the time to get it in, and we will negotiate a price. But let's get into this current one. Fiona Apple's Win the Pawn, ... because apparently this album title, as we'll show right here, is in the entire album cover. Multiple lines. I'm not going to read it all. You guys can do it. But yeah, it's a very long album title. Apparently, the shortened version on Spotify is Win the Pawn ... It came out in 1999. I believe, Noah, you said this genre is supposed to be singer-songwriter piano pop?
Piano rock, art pop.
Little rock, art pop. Okay, all right. Well, this is the first time I will have ever listened or heard of this album. Even the singer, I've never even heard of Fiona Apple. You guys have both heard this album before.
Not unique.
Lord?
I like some Lord. This is a John Bryan production. Kanye loved this album when it came out. He ended up hiring John Bryan to produce Late Registration. See, that's the type of stuff that's cool to know.
It's something I didn't know, so I don't know how I could have told you.
Let's get into it. Win the Pawn, starting off with On the Bound.
Some faith would do me good. I don't know what I'm doing, don't know should I change my mind. I can't decide, there's too many variations to consider. Nothing I do, don't do nothing but bring me more to do. It's true, I do, and blue, I'm blue, and to myself I make it bitter. Baby, lay your head on my lap one more time. To me, baby, say it's all gonna be alright. I believe that it isn't.
That piano drum combo is bad. What is that instrument in the background there? There's so many different. Everyone go wow, wow, wow.
I'm not sure.
tempo
me
is
good.
very odd.
That looks like weed would he use.
There is so much happening right now, and in this whole song.
Pretty cool.
Solo instrumentals?
I'd be shocked how many different things I've heard.
Wow. First thing right off the bat, instruments and how many there were and the usage of them was extremely surprising. Very fat drum sound, very fat piano sound. Those two accompany each other very well on this. But there was also big booming key drops and key hits on this throughout the entire thing. Was just, it seemed to be focused on when the drum would hit, everything else would hit at the exact same time. Tempo was created by the drums. Tempo was created with that, and everything sort of followed that. Now, I know what you're saying. Drums create tempo. Shut the fuck up. But this one was like really, really impactful. You could really hear the drums like processing everything throughout it. The way she sung certain lines on here was very interesting. She would go like this and then added a little bit of emphasis, and then she would take it back and then really finish it really quick. And then sometimes she would do some quick lines. Sometimes she'd slow it down. Throughout this whole song, tempo was askew throughout it. It was, but it was cool in a way that I don't really know exactly how to describe. It was a very unique feeling to listen to. I hope her vocals get a little better. I wasn't a huge fan of her vocally at the start or throughout the song. Not to say she was bad, but I do hope they improve a little. If I had to give her a rating for her vocals only, it'd be like a 6 out of 10 right now. So we'll see how that continues. I think I like the instrumental a lot. I'm gonna give it like a 7.5. Cole.
Very, very solid little piano rock dirge going on here. The very, I guess, I don't want to say steady tempo because that doesn't really make sense because like what tempo isn't steady, but lumbering. That's a better word. Lumbered quite a bit. Kind of slow but heavy. Yeah. Cool instrumental. I think vocally, I think she's doing a great job. It was more Adele-esque than I remember. I mean, obviously Adele came much after this, but
Adele gets a lot bigger vocally, I think.
Yeah, sure. But I feel like she definitely probably influenced Adele, if I had to guess.
Instrumentally, for sure.
I don't know. Maybe. Not the ending. Adele would never.
No, yeah.
But I thought the ending was really cool. I liked the little just fills and stuff that was going on. That was pretty cool. She got some cool tones out of that keyboard.
I would like to
Um,
know how many instruments she actually plays. That'd be cool. But we can look that up. What's your rating?
3.
3. Okay, cool.
I'll probably throw it an 8.5.
8 now. Okay. Noah.
I don't think there was a lot of instruments going on.
There's
There
a
was
lot of
just a
different
lot
noises
of
going on.
pianos and different keyboard tones. Not a lot of instruments, just a lot of different tones going on. And it was really cool. I think this song's really nice, and the tones and the overall instrumental is definitely what I enjoy the most about it. She gets real wacky in the second half, and I'm a big fan of it. Because I think it sounds really cool. The jam in the second half's really cool. Drums sound good. Big fan of that snare. Big booming snare. Goes very well with the sound of her, like how they recorded her piano, especially when she hits like those low root notes. Sounds very good.
Yeah.
Her voice is solid. It's not really what draws me to the song, but she can definitely carry her own weight. I'm also going 8.5.
Ooh. All right, up next we have To Your Love.
Here's another speech you wish I'd swallow. Another cue for you to fold your ears. Another train of thought too hard to follow. I'm chugging along to the song that belongs to the shifting of gears. Please forgive me for my distance. The pain is evident in my existence. Please forgive me for my distance. The shame is manifest in my resistance to your love, to your love, to your love. I would have warned you, really, what's the point? Caution could but rarely ever helps. Don't be down, my demeanor tends to disappoint. Taught enough, even try to be civil to myself. Please forgive me for my distance. The pain is evident in my existence. Please forgive me for my distance. The shame is manifest in my resistance to your love.
This started out with very hard to bop along.
To your love.
Hard to catch a rhythm.
My daring do allows me to dance the rigadoon around you. But by the time I'm close to you, I lose my desideratum too. But now you, so
big
now
words.
you have it. So tell me, baby, what's the word? Am I your gal or should I get out of town? I just need to be reassured. Do you just deal it out, or can you deal with what I laid down? Please forgive me for my distance. The pain is evident in my existence. Please forgive me for my distance. The shame is manifest in my resistance to your love.
She's big on rhyming.
To your
Very big on rhyming.
Very
to
big.
your love. To your love. To your love. To your love. To
I wouldn't say that, like, melodically speaking, it was as strong as the first track. The instrumental was still pretty solid. I just wasn't like a huge fan of the chorus. I, I don't know. Some of her word choice was like, I don't know. I wasn't big on it. Um, I don't know. This one just didn't really pull me in that much. But I mean, the instrumental is still pretty solid, and her vocals are still good. Um, I guess I'll throw like a 6.5 to a 7.
All right, I have some thoughts now that I was able to collect. This particular song, I like I spotted, maybe it was a synthesizer horn, but I spotted the horn in the background that I really thought added a bit of rhythm to this that I could catch on to, especially in the second half of the song. There seemed to be a bit more rhythm than the first, which just felt clunky. There wasn't anything to really bop along to. There wasn't anything you could really catch it and ride with it. It was just kind of her vocals with a very offbeat instrumental. Not to say that the instrumental was bad by any stretch. It was just hard to follow. I lyrically, I thought this one was a little weaker. Didn't have a whole lot going for it, for me at least, lyrically. I thought her vocals were better though. Thought she put a little bit more effort into the vocals on this one. But I actually like the song less, and I'm gonna go a 7. Noah.
8. And
Sorry.
this is a nice little song right here. Again, big fan of the instrumental. Big fan of the keyboard stuff going on in the background. Very big fan of the either fuzzed out guitar or synth on the hook that follows the melody that she sings. I think that sounds really, really good. It's a good song, but yeah, I definitely like the first one more. And I think she sounded better on the first one, in my opinion.
I think she stepped it up a bit here.
I think it's like a 7.5 to an 8.
All right, next up, we have Limp. What a weird noise.
You wanna make me sick, you wanna lick my wounds, don't you, baby? You want the badge of honor when you save my hide. But you're the one in the way of the day of doom, baby. If you need my shame to
fun version.
reclaim
That
your
is. I like
pride.
that.
When I think of it, my fingers turn to fists. I never did anything to you, man. No matter what I try, you beat me with your bitter lies. So call me crazy, hold me down, make me cry. Get off now, baby. It won't be long till you be lying limp in your own hands.
Ooh, that's a cool
Feed
instrumental.
the beast I have within me. You wave the red flag, baby, you make it run, run, run. Standing on the sidelines, waving.
I did too, Wizard. I did too.
You found my trigger, then you blame my gun. Yeah, when I think of it, my fingers turn to fists. I never did anything to you, man. But no matter what I try, you beat me with your bitter lies. So call me crazy, hold me down, make me cry. Get off now, baby. It won't be long till you be lying limp in your own hands.
What a wild ass tone. I mean,
This is a weird transition.
it sounds like your underwater type beat.
just turn a fist. I never did anything to you, man. But no matter what I try, you beat me with your bitter lies. So call me crazy, hold me down, make me cry. Get off now, baby. It won't be long till you be lying, living in your own hands.
She is very good at writing her instrumentals.
I'll give her credit. Yeah,
That's
she's-
always what I enjoy the most about her songs. This one was no different, especially when it picks up the pace and more things get added in. It sounds really, really good. It's pretty catchy as well. I was a big fan of whatever thing was happening in my right ear. Whatever that noise was, that very wet noise. That was like, seemed like it was there for percussive reasons. It was pretty cool. For some type of rhythm. Yeah, so we got another little good tune right here. 8.
8. Okay, Cole.
Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna agree with what Noah said here. Very solid. I'm not like in love with these lyrics. I think she can do a little bit better than this. They just feel a little generic, I guess. But everything else is very solid. Really, really, really good production. Big fan of it. I'll give it an 8.
8 for Cole as well. I like this instrumental the most. I like the wobble wobble sounding transitions. I thought those were really cool. I'm gonna agree with Cole here. The lyrics weren't much to speak of. Decent, but nothing is fantastic. Nothing that super original. I gotta say the transitions really did it for me. That's what kept me interested in this song as well as really enjoyed how she built this instrumental sort of all the way through and use it in use the vocals on the instrumental transitions to add emphasis to the song, which is already a very lyrically it's very aggressive song, so it adds some vocalizations to the instrumental to push that lyricism further. That's cool. Big fan of that. Yeah, I could see an 8. I'll go 8 here. I could see an 8. All right, we gotta move on to Love Ridden.
Love ridden, I've looked at you with the focus I gave to my birthday candles. I've wished on the lidded blue flames under your brow. And baby, I wished for you. Nobody sees when you are lying in your bed, and I wanna crawl in with you, but I cry instead.
Pepe hands.
I want you warm, but it will only make me colder when it's over. So I can't tonight, baby. No, not baby anymore. If I need you, I'll just use your simple name.
Is this a piano ballad? Can it be considered a piano ballad?
Only kisses on the cheek from now
Right now it can, I think.
Even with the horns? Or strings?
You mean the strings? Yeah. Ballads have strings all the time.
My hand won't hold you
What
down
is
no more. The path is clear to follow through. I stood too long in the way of the door,
Oh, this is getting
and now
raunchy.
I'm giving up on
This is weird.
you.
These instrumentals keep throwing me for loops, man. Did I pause it? No, okay. I thought I paused it.
That's so cool.
It's that.
No, If I need you, I'll just use your simple name.
That's not a great line. I don't
Only
like that.
kisses on the cheek from now on, and in a little while we'll only have to wait. No, not baby anymore. If I need you, I'll just use your simple name. Only kisses on the cheek from now on, and in a little while I'll only have to wait.
Nice outro there. Okay, that was Love Ridden. What appears to be a long-winded breakup song, essentially. A unique take on a breakup song, sort of describing the slow fading away out of a relationship. Interesting way of wording it, interesting way of phrasing it, and then basically just saying eventually all we'll do is just wave at each other because we're not gonna say even each other's names anymore. I liked her voice probably the most on this. What are you confused about? What are you confused about, Cole?
Isn't she saying that she's only gonna call
No,
him
but
by his
I
name
meant
now?
yeah, yes, but I meant like when they're waving at each other, they won't even like talk to each other anymore. They're just gonna say, "Oh, that I dated that guy at one point." I type of
They're gonna go. They're gonna go.
Yeah, bye. Anyway, so what I was gonna say though is I liked her vocals on this. It's solemn. It fits the type of sort of solemn vibe this is giving off, a long-winded relationship that's just fading away from each other. Instrumental ballad, piano ballad, fits the lyrics well. It's everything is just slightly off. Every part of this song. It's just the vocals, the instrumental, the change, that pause in the middle where I thought the song literally paused, and I was like, did I do something? And I didn't. She just paused for like 2 seconds flat with silence. Everything about this is just tiniest bit off, and it's throwing me for a loop. That being said, I enjoyed this one the most. 8. No.
Yeah, it's a pretty one. Another one where the instrumental is definitely what takes the majority of the attention, at least for me. It was just really pretty. The synth strings sounded really nice and complemented it really well.
It did.
The bridge to get us back into the main instrumental melody was interesting. Usually I would like a more written out bridge, but in this case, I think it was kind of fun, kind of cool. Keeps the listener on their toes. Vocally, yeah, this could have been her best one so far. I think she sounded really good. That's an 8.
Ooh, cool. I'm finding these really hard to describe. I don't know about you guys.
I think I will give this one a 7.
On to Paper Bag. Oh, wow. Oh, and Shadow Song gave it a 5. So we really just hit the whole scale.
I was staring at the sky, just looking for a star to pray on or wish on or something like that. I was having a sweet fix of a daydream of a boy whose reality I knew was a hopeless to be had. But then the dove of hope began its downward slope, and I believed for a moment that my chances were approaching to be grabbed. But as it came down near, so did a weary tear. I thought it was a bird, but it was just a paper bag. Hunger hurts, and I want it so bad. Oh, it kills, 'cause I know I'm a messy, don't wanna clean it up. I got to focus, these hands are too shaky to hold. Hunger hurts, but starving works. when it costs too much to love. And I went crazy again today, looking for a strand to climb, looking for a little hope. Baby said he couldn't stay, wouldn't put his lips to mine, and I failed to kisses, I failed to cope. I said, honey, I don't feel so good, don't feel justified. Come on, put a little love here in my voice. He said, it's all in your head. And I said, so's everything, but he didn't get it. I thought he was a man, but he was just a little boy. Hunger hurts, and I want him so bad. Oh, it kills, 'cause I know I'm a mess. He don't wanna clean up. I got to focus, these hands are too shaky to hold. Hunger hurts, but starving works when it costs too much to love. Hunger hurts, but I want it so bad. Oh, it kills, 'cause I know I'm a mess that he don't wanna clean up. I got to fold because these hands are just too shaky to hold. Hunger hurts, but starving works me when it costs too much to love. Hunger hurts, but I want him so bad. Oh, it kills because I know that I'm a mess that he don't wanna clean up. I got to fold because these hands are just too shaky to hold. Hunger hurts, but starving, it works when it costs too much to love.
Probably didn't need to repeat it that many times. Oh, those horns are nice. Yeah, I have some thoughts I'd like to start if y'all don't mind. I had complained, I guess, not really complained. I had pointed out that there was very little rhythm or a melody to sort of bop yourself to so far on this album. Well, this song changed that entirely. We had a great little rhythm we could follow along very well. I applaud the instrumental here. It's very well done. I think she at times rides it very well, and then she also has this way of singing where she sort of goes off of the rhythm a bit. She like goes a little and adds a little bit to every line just to kind of skew it a little bit, skew the vocals just off of the melody. You know what I'm talking about? Where she like doesn't ride the melody fully. She kind of like goes for a bit and then like extends it a bit and then gets back into it on the next line.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a unique way of vocalizing, and it's definitely it adds some. It keeps you interested to see how that's going to work off. It also does mean this song's a little bit harder to follow. I actually thought the lyrics were great, except I didn't think I thought she repeated it a bit too much. I didn't think the hook was good enough to repeat that much, to be honest. I thought a little too much on that. I like the horns at the end. I wish they were a bit louder, maybe throughout the rest of the song. I think they could have been a bit brighter. But this one was fun. It's a nice jaunty little tune. I'm gonna go 8 to an 8.5. No, Cole.
Okay.
Just because you went second last time.
Okay. I liked it more than the last one. A lot of the stuff here is just like very solid. I can't say that I'm like mesmerized by anything that's going on. It's just like some really solid songwriting, very solid instrumentals, solid vocals, decent lyrics most of the time. Yeah, this is one of the better ones, so I'll give it a 7.5.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out who she took influence from right now.
Okay.
No.
Maybe Portishead.
Definitely one of the more straightforward tunes, a lot more concentrated and focused. And it's a good one. It's probably my favorite so far vocally. She goes up and down her register, changes tempo a lot. I think she pulls it off pretty well. The instrumentation, though it was like pretty simple and not exactly the most creative thing in the world, she did it very well and it was good. It doesn't need to be the most creative thing in the world to be interesting or good. So she definitely went for something not too insane and did a very good job on it. Very catchy too.
Off, very high rating, I bet.
Very catchy too. I got to give her that. 8.
Up next, A Mistake. Oh. Whoa.
Now this is very poor to head ass.
Getting here.
Yeah, this is very poor to say.
Oh, I like that.
I'm gonna make a mistake. I'm gonna do it on purpose. I'm gonna waste my time.
I need to redefine what mistake means, madam.
Cause I'm full as a tick. And I'm scratching at the surface.
Full as a
What I
tick.
find is mine. Then when the day is done and I look back, and the fact is I had fun fumbling around. Oh,
I like that guitar.
the advice I shunned and ran where they told me not to run, but I sure had fun. So I'm gonna fuck it up again. I'm gonna do it
Language,
again.
young lady.
Unpave my path. And if you wanna make sense, what you looking at me for? I'm no good at math.
That did not do what you thought it
And when I find my way back, the fact is I just
I don't know it
missed
did that shit so much.
I may not have acquired quite a taste for a well-made mistake. I wanna make a mistake. Why can't I make a mistake? Always doing what I think I should. Always doing everybody good.
Maybe not the most brilliant lyrics ever written in a song. Oh. Yes.
I liked most of it, but I guess this is probably gonna be unpopular. If that was a guitar, I did not like
stop.
that guitar
Oh,
tone.
shut the fuck
Ew.
up. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. L.
No,
Rip Bozo. Bad take.
nah. That guitar tone did not do it for me. It sounded, I don't know. That it was too squeaky, I guess. It sounded like someone was letting a little bit of air out of a balloon.
Yeah, it sounded
Um,
cool.
That's not a cool noise.
I don't really kind of get the comparison, but no, that was a cool guitar tone.
Outside of that, it was pretty good though.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I just didn't like
Oh,
that
boy.
tone. Like a 6 or 6.5.
I want to respond. That guitar tone fucked. That was the one thing down this song that I was absolutely fucking with the whole time. I thought that hard carried it. I also thought this was her best vocal performance so far. Yet, all that being said, worst lyrics so far. There was the hook lyrically is just terrible. She basically just finds 3 ways to repeat the same sentence and ask herself a question. Then she literally just holds out the word why for like 5 seconds, which isn't really lyrics at all. Lyrically, it was a poor song, but instrumentally, it's pretty fire. And I enjoyed the guitar a lot. I really enjoyed the wobble, wobble, wobble effects she's been using a couple different times, especially in this one. Hard to cancel out the lyrics, but sometimes an instrumental can. I'll give it a 7. Noah.
I am just a big fan of a lo-fi garbage trash tone. Like a tone that sounds like from like the cheapest amp you could find.
Oh my god.
Love that
Motherfucker
shit.
wants to go to Goodwill and find a cracked out open amp and just plug a guitar straight in.
Actually, I did buy like a $20 amp just to do that. I love lo-fi sounds.
I knew it.
That shit sounds awesome.
Oh man.
And I'm a big fan of that guitar tone. That was really cool. The guitar work on the whole song, besides that, was pretty good. Instrumental was bumping and bopping. It was really good. Big fan of myself for caring about lyrics the least in almost every genre except for rap. Because I probably would be shitting on this one if I actually gave more of a shit about lyrics. But nope, the instrumental's bopping, so I'm happy. This is a good little tune right here. This is one of the songs I had liked, actually, from last time I heard this album. So I'll go 8 to an 8.5.
Okay, up next, fast as you can. I am the Eggman.
I am the walrus.
Pikachu.
I let the beast in too soon. I don't know how to live without my hand on his throat. I fight him always and still. Oh, darling, it's so sweet. You think you know how crazy I am. You say you don't spook easy, you won't go, but I know, and I pray that you will. Fast as you can, baby, run free yourself up as fast as you can.
Fast transition. She has made 0 attempts at changing topics of these songs.
Good thing the instrumentals are cool and the production's good.
My pretty mouth will frame the phrases that will disprove your faith in me. So if you catch me trying to find my way into your heart from under your skin, fast as you can, baby, scratch me out, free yourself fast as you can. Fast as you
Got the little bounce in your core right there, I know.
It's got a bounce to it.
What's up, Cosmic?
Sometimes
And then the switch
I'm
up.
waiting for you.
That's so cool.
This is different.
But most of the time it does.
Breaks drum beat right there.
And I get to the place where I'm begging for a lift, or out down in the
keyboard.
And I'll be your girl if
there
you say it's a gift. And you give me some more of your drugs. Yeah, I'll be your pet if you just tell me it's a gift.
What do you mean by that?
'Cause I'm tired of wise, choking on wise. Just need a little because.
She's getting a little freaky on this. Okay.
Great chord.
You have
Let's
to
go.
Apple hip hop.
We're about to get the sickest bars of
I let the
1999.
beast in and then I even tried forgiving him. But it's too soon, so I fight again. And for a little while more I saw the uneven winds complain and blame Mr. Lamb. But if you're getting any bright ideas, quite dear, I'm blooming within. Fast as you can, baby, wait, watch me. I'll be
These
This is
transitions.
the weirdest transition.
No,
cool, though.
no build-ups, nothing. Just switch. Switch.
Fast as you can. Fast as you
We have a minute-long
How
instrument.
quickly?
Fast
Fast as you fucking can.
Oh. One more
How many
time?
times you gotta say it, Cole?
At least 7.
He said like 20.
0.8.
20.2. We got the wah thing happening again. I don't know how I feel about a minute-long instrument over here at the end of this track. Of course, Noah's is out of like left field, just dancing along to himself a little groove.
I'm having a good time. I'll take a keyboard solo.
Noah's going all Tom York on us on this song. Sitting there dancing his own little
This
dance.
keyboard solo is like borderline
Noah, are
psychedelic.
you yorking off right now?
I'm winning my pawn. We are just going to work instrumentally.
There's a lot.
She can write an instrumental. She is incredibly talented at that. We had that, the fast section. That's what I'll describe it as. I guess that's the main section of the song. Sounds really good. We got the hook that comes out of fucking nowhere, hits you in the head. Sounds so completely different. The production on it sounds so good. This is an absolute groover. This song's just a good time. We get like a 1-minute keyboard solo that, like, the playing style on it at some points almost feels borderline psychedelic. Big fan.
Did a little bit.
8 to an 8.5.
Whew. Cole, you seem to be heading the other way on this one a bit. You're up.
Why is that?
You just that's the breadcrumb I was following from watching you. But
You're
go ahead.
wrong.
Okay, well then tell me to fuck off and die.
Because I agree with Noah.
Oh,
That was cool. The
Okay.
instrumental was fun. His transitions were bizarre, but she got him to work. So, hats off. Well done.
Should have had a hat
Um,
and took it off right there.
Oh my god, a hat in here. Do I? I don't know. where a
One
hat
time
is.
you don't wear a hat.
I don't wear a hat when I have long hair. I'm still not. I'm yet to be even remotely impressed by her lyrically. So that's unfortunate because I feel like she could probably write some good lyrics. She really tried, but it doesn't feel like she's trying all that hard.
I feel like she's
But
got
where
some
she is-
stories to tell.
Where she is putting her effort, it is being successful. So I commend her there. I'll give this one an 8.
Well, odd song, really odd song for me instrumentally. I've never been a huge fan of just instant transitions where there is no seemingly rhyme or reason to why you do it. You just do it, and then you go for like 20, 30 seconds, and then you transition back again. Never been a huge fan of that, yet she kind of pulled it off in a weird way in this song. It didn't it felt more natural, which is really weird to say when you listen to this, but the song was all over the place, man. I mean, lyrically, again, I gotta agree with Cole. She's nothing special, which is why it's kind of sad, because if there's these deep personal stories she might have, I really hope she has like some type of work later on in her career where I feel like she could tell some personal stuff on an album lyrically and be very good at it. Maybe she'll do it in on the end of the album. There was a lot to this instrumental to remember, and the one thing I do remember is that keyboard synthesizer was really, really good. I enjoyed that a lot. Still, it's gonna keep impacting me, the lyrics, so I'm gonna go 7.5, because I'll give her credit where, like Cole said, credit where credit is due. Your instrumentals have been pretty heat, and you've been putting up good ones, and even though the transitions aren't my favorite style of doing it, you made it work. Normally, if this was like the type of album where the instrumentals were just okay or barely above average, and these were the lyrics, I'd be going like a 5 or a 4 here. But she's giving me a reason to listen still. All right, we got 3 more songs to go. The Way Things Are. Okay, instant coming right there.
He's eating up with these tones.
I wouldn't know what to do with another chance if you gave it to me. I couldn't take the embrace of a real romance. They erased right through me. I'm much better off the way things are. Much, much better off. Better by far, by far. I wouldn't know what to say to a gentle voice. It'll roll right past me, and if you jog it up, you see I don't really have a choice. So don't even ask me. I'm much better off the way things are. Much, much better off. Better by far.
You know, I'm not gonna read the lyrics on this song. I'll leave them up, but I'm gonna just listen.
Keep on, keep on. I keep kicking the crap till it's gone.
I can't help it. I keep hearing it.
If you keep on killing, you could get me to settle, and as soon as I settle, I better be able to move on.
That was just such a stupid thing to say.
You're kicking the crap till it's gone.
No, what you said. I keep hearing the lyrics. No shit.
Like the guitar tone again.
So keep on calling me names, keep on, keep on. I keep a kicking the crap till it's gone.
It's not the best line.
If you keep on killing, you could get me to settle, and as soon as I settle, I better be able to move on. Keep on calling my names, keep on, keep on. I keep kicking the crap till it's gone.
Oh, that guitar sounds so good.
If you keep on killing, you could get me to settle, and as soon as I settle, I better be able to move on.
I tried my absolute damnedest to just listen to the instrumental on this and not focus on the lyrics whatsoever. And I will say, it did make the song more enjoyable. Granted, you're gonna always hear some lyrics you don't like, but the instrumental was really, really good on this song. I enjoyed that guitar quite a lot. I also liked the loudness and the thickness of the drums. I thought they were great on this song. She was more in melody and in rhythm than most of the songs in this album. In vocally speaking, I thought she was following the rhythm of the drums and the guitar quite a lot, and has done it more so on this song than most of the album. I'm a fan. 8.5. Noah.
I just love being in my little world of not caring about the lyrics, only caring about the instrumentals and the melody, because it's perfect for this album. She's such a good melody writer, and she writes these great instrumentals. And she writes these very good parts to complement the melodies. Like that little guitar part when she would do her little keep on part. That little guitar part would come in and it was just complemented so well. It sounded great. The tones on the singers, I'm such a big fan of the tones that she picks on all of her instruments. It's a good song. Mate.
Oh.
Another one kind of like I feel the same way about this one as I do about like a song like Limp earlier on the album, where everything being done very, very well. Nothing that I'm like blown away by, but just everything. There's just nothing that's like terrible.
Sure.
And everything is done. Good job. So I'll give it a 7.5.
All right. Up next, we have Get Gone. Ooh, it's another explicit song.
It got.
Doesn't really feel like a risk when all of them are hitting.
Fair point.
We getting got. Is she getting
Get Got before Get Got was getting got?
Imagine if Death Grips sampled the instrumental in the first song. That could have went so hard.
Get gone.
You want Death Grips are at a dirge. A jazzy dirge.
Maybe it'll happen on their next project. The new
Maybe
guy.
I should pass another lasses.
Oh, that lasted?
Humble dwelling.
Humble dwelling. She
You
said it
got
was
your game, made your
sadness.
shot,
Thanks, Ryan.
and you got away with
Ryan
a
scored
lot
below
of
1,000 on the SAT.
Turned on.
That's an awesome comment. So stupid.
So put away that meat you're selling. Cause I do know what's good for me. And I've done what I could for you. But you're not benefiting. And yet I'm sitting, singing again. Sing again. How can I deal with this? If you won't get with this, I'm not gonna heal from this. He won't admit to it. Nothing to figure out. I gotta get him out. It's time the truth goes out that he don't give a shit about me.
Yo,
Say explicit on it, Cole.
watch your language, young lady.
Young madam. Oh. That was lovely.
BCNR?
Cause I do know what's good for me. And I've done what I could for you. But you're not benefiting. And yet I'm sitting, singing again. Sing again. How can I deal with this? If you won't get with this, I'm not gonna heal from this. He won't admit to it. Nothing to figure out. I gotta get him out. It's time the truth was out that he don't give a shit about me.
I am so disappointed.
Hey man, lyrics seem pretty solid on this one.
How many times can it escalate?
I'm not mad,
Till it
Fiona. I'm just
elevates
They're
to a
pretty
disappointed.
place I
middle of the
can't
road
breathe.
on this one, yeah.
And I must decide if you must ride, then I'm much obliged to up and go.
I like her rhyme scheme.
This part just reminds me so much of Black Country New Road.
The new album.
I
Yeah.
idealize and realize that it's no sacrifice because a
Specifically the
price
piano
is
part.
paid, and there's nothing left to grieve.
I don't like this part though. She's talking too close to the mic. It's whispery almost.
Sounds
Fucking
good.
go,
Breathe.
'cause I've done what I could for
Fucking
you,
go!
and I do know what's good for me, and I'm not benefiting. Instead, I'm sitting, singing again, singing again, singing again, sing again. How
I get
can
it,
I
you're
deal
singing
with this?
again.
If you
Jesus.
won't get with this, am I gonna heal from this? He won't admit to it. Nothing to figure out. I gotta get him out. It's time the truth was out that he don't give a shit about me. How can I deal with this? If he won't get with this, am I gonna heal from this? He won't admit to it. Nothing to figure out. I gotta get him out. It's time the truth was out that he don't give a shit about me.
We're gonna have a talk after this.
You know what, Cole? You start. Give her a nice little talk.
I'm gonna give her a firm talking to. I'm gonna write her a strongly worded letter.
I heard your song, and frankly, my dear, I am appalled.
Just horrific language.
My
you
12-year-old
fucking bitch.
sister listened to this.
That's it's solid.
There we go.
I really wish I had more to say about it. I mean, like
I
it's
shouldn't laugh, that's mean.
decent instrumental, and she's a good singer.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about her lyrics, but the rest of it's it's solid. It's good writing. The melodies are decent. She knows what she's doing, but pen on the paper is not ideal.
She doesn't change the
7.
topic the entire album. I liked her rhyme scheme on this, honestly. The bridge / into the chorus was the best part of this, where she was going quicker and up the tempo a bit and had a nice little rhyme scheme going on there. I enjoyed that. I thought it was pretty cool. Didn't really care that much for anything outside the bridge or the chorus. The verse was not that interesting. I didn't really like some of the instrumental choices actually outside of the verse or on the verse, on any of the verses. Unique intro to the song, just sort of a noise and then boom, it hits. Every song I've had almost a harder and harder time figuring out a proper rating, because there's some things I like, there's some things I don't. She tends to be vocally above average, which is good. 7 to a 7.5. Noah.
Back in
Another
2
popper
seconds.
here. I paid attention to lyrics on this one, and they were fine.
They were.
I think you guys are being a little too critical.
They were lyrics. Yes.
I feel like you're expecting some masterpiece.
No, I think that she has better. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't, but I think you could have better capabilities than she's currently delivering.
But once again, instrumentally and melodically, killing it. Sounded great. Was enjoying myself a fair amount. I knew I would because I already had the song liked.
Yeah, I'm about to say you've listened to this.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this one, and I'll continue to be a big fan of this one because it's probably my favorite one on the album. The song hits hard. Big fan. 8.5.
On to I Know. Something playing? Oh. You need a combination of great lyrics and sound? Fair enough.
For the stuff I usually listen to, I agree.
Something about this one, they're doing it different for you, I know.
So be it, I'm your crowbar.
Well, the instrumentals just carry a lot of weight
So
on this type of music.
until you get out of this mess. And I will pretend that I don't know of your sins. to bury secrets in, and I will settle you down. And at my own suggestion, I will ask no questions while I do my thing in the background. But all the time, all the time, I'll know.
Wow.
Baby, I can't help you out while she is still around. So for the time being, patient.
She ascended on some of these vocals.
And I miss this bitterness. If you just consider this, even if it don't make sense all the time, give it time. And when the crowd becomes your burden and you've early closed your curtain,
Yeah, she only got about a minute left. Is she gonna say the title of the album in a song?
Please.
That's a long ass title.
while you try
Just looking for when to pause.
the lines to speak your mind.
I think the lyrics have been pretty good on this one.
This one I'll give her credit. She's improved it on this one for sure.
And if it gets too late
Still the same topic, but at least she's trying harder on the
for
lyrics.
me to wait
No, she will
Well, I mean-
not.
to find you love,
Bitch.
You can write songs about
Like,
all similar
negative
topics.
time. Just because you didn't
can write
give me a title.
You get it too.
We can write a bunch of songs about a similar topic and still be good. You know how many rock bands wrote songs about
to
sex?
say
The whole album?
Zeppelin too.
Zeppelin too.
Yeah.
Fair point.
That's a good album.
They're like, thank you. and
Which
ramble
member of
on.
the Beatles does she sound most like? Maybe Ringo?
None of them, because she sounds like a girl.
I would say the closest comparison from a vocal perspective would probably be Lennon.
I think Paul.
Paul
Very soft. But
is too
she,
clean to be Lennon.
yeah,
That's a fair
clean,
point.
but she can get a little bit of
Get a little
grit when she
raunchy
wants
with it.
to, like Paul.
All right, that was I Know. Noah, you didn't get to go first much, which is hilarious actually for once. So we'll have you go first.
This was a good song. I paid attention to the lyrics, and it was good lyrics. I got the whole 9 yards on that one. It was very pretty.
It was.
Definitely had that closer energy to it, which I like that with a closer. No, it makes you feel fulfilled after listening to an album when the closer kind of wraps it up in a neat bow.
I think the last couple albums we reviewed have had good closers that do that.
Yeah,
Yes, I agree. Pink Floyd's Animals did have a good closer.
yeah. Black Country New Road one, even if you weren't a big fan of it, felt like a good closer
Sure.
It certainly wrapped up the album, no doubt.
in a beautiful bow, in an 8.5 out of 10 bow.
Oh, is that what you're giving I Know?
Oh no, that's what I was
Oh.
giving Pigs on the Wing too.
Okay.
Okay,
I don't know any names.
I feel like I have to rate this differently just because of such a different vibe. It had like a dreariness to it, a very tired vibe. Which, I'm a fan of that. I can dig that. You won't believe what score I'm going to give it. 8.
Oh, I thought you go a little
This
higher.
album, I'll go first when we rate it because I'm
Alright.
gonna be very easy.
Cole.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Oh, there we go.
Because it was solid.
You've done that 3 times this album. That's fine.
Because it applies.
Noah kind of hit on every mark I wanted to hit on. I'll give her props. The lyrics improved on this last song. I thought it was a good closer. It had a very solemn sort of end vibe, like Noah said. The whole album was clearly about her emotional issues with the men in her life, or I presume the men in her life. I thought this was a good way for her to wrap up what was a very relationship lyric esque topic album, if that makes sense. I appreciate the slowed down nature of it, and I thought it felt like a very solid closer, and the piano was solid and as well. I enjoyed the piano along with and her vocals. I thought the vocals were one of the top 3 on the album. So I'm gonna go 8 as well. It's final rankings time. For those of you who've never been here before, we take our top 3 of the album.
There will be blood.
Yes, we take our top 3 of the album, we put it in order, we give the album a 1 to 10 ranking, and we give our final thoughts on it. Thank you so much to the subscriber who paid for this one. Noah, your rankings and your final thoughts.
A Master,
All right.
Boogie Nights, Magnolia.
I've seen none of those.
We'll show you after the stream.
Heartbreaking.
At 3, I'll go Fast as You Can. 2, I'll go On the Bound. 1, give me that Get Gone. I feel like this album is incredibly consistent in its style and in its quality. It stays very true to its, piano rock, alternative pop style. And it does a very good job at that. I wouldn't want it to change around too much. She's doing good at what she's doing, and I find it interesting. Might as well keep it going. This album is one of the 8est 8s that I've ever heard. I've always thought that about this.
Huh?
It is, in my eyes, it's the definition of an 8.
The 8est 8s you've ever heard. Okay. All right. My top 3. I'm gonna go I Know at 3. I really actually was starting to get into that there at the end. 2 is gonna be Paper Bag, and my 1 is going to be The Way Things Are. I didn't really have an expectation coming into this at all of with her being somebody I've never heard a single song of before, never heard her voice, didn't know a single thing about her. Noah's right. It's very consistently good. It is consistently good and occasionally ventures into great, slightly, occasionally ventures into it. Obviously, my biggest problems about the album were the lyricism. Just not particularly great throughout the majority of the album, in my opinion. I thought the instrumentation was well done throughout most of the album. I thought the production was well done. There was a couple songs I wish some things like the horns or the strings were a little bit louder or more emphasized in songs. But other than that, it is a very solidly consistent album that is good and peaks at great sometimes. Noah is pretty dead on with the 8. I think, I think it's 8. I mean, just averaging out my ratings, I guess I would rate it an 8. Cool.
Let's see. At number 3, I'll go Limp. Number 2, Fast as You Can, and number 1, On the Bound. This thing is pretty consistent. It's consistently solid. There's not really any songs that I had any major issues with. I mean, I thought the lyrics were kind of boring throughout most of it, but whatever. It's just one aspect. Production was really, really good. She's a very talented singer, and she's a very solid songwriter. Overall, I'm going to give the album like a 7 to a 7.5.
7 to a 7.5. That is a fair ranking. All right. Well, there it is. That is our paid album request for Fiona Apple's Win the Pawn, etc., a lot more, etc. album. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to the subscriber who paid for this one. If you guys want to put your album request at the top of the queue, you can negotiate a price with us. You can do it on Twitter. You can do it DM us on Discord, or you can email our business email, and we'll get that negotiated and we'll talk about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. If you're new here, you've never been here before, leave a like down below and hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified when we go live on our. We do all our albums live on YouTube. And also join our Discord. I just talked about it. Description below. Follow us on Twitter. And we'll see you guys in the next video.